Hi, everyone. Inner peace amid outside chaos. This week will be a tad different. I didn't expect it, and I hope you will like it. First, I am so lucky in so many ways. This week we welcomed our 10th grandchild. It is completely surreal and helps me stay grateful beyond my own comprehension. And it provided much needed lightness amidst heavy circumstances. As you well know, it's easy to become lost in the misery around us. Economic uncertainties, wars, civil unrest, school shootings, political madness, earthquakes, you name it. The list is long. And if that wasn't enough, this week we honored the life of a friend's daughter, Hallie, who left us way too early. It was beautiful, meaningful, and incredibly difficult. Few things are more heartbreaking to experience than the loss of young lives. One of my dear friends, Michael, challenged me in the midst of all this. Our relationship is intimate and always honest. It is completely obsessed with how we navigate our emotional landscapes in service of joy, happiness, and consciousness. We mostly talk about health, what we eat, what we read, how we're feeling, what we're thinking, and how we curate our time here on earth. He has been a constant source of inspiration, and I could not be more grateful to him and his wife Lisa for what they mean to our health and happiness. So here's what Michael said. I wish you could share with me what you're learning and doing to stay mentally and physically positive and full of life. Fair question, I thought. So here's how I answered that question. And I hope that it also might help some of you. It all comes down to our commitments and habits. As Aristotle pointed out, we are what we repeatedly do. So here are things that I focus on every 24 hours, or at least try to. Sleep. We need a solid 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep every day. Our bodies, our minds, and our souls need rest. Everything needs rest. We've been fooled into believing that the strongest don't need to sleep as much. It's one of the many ideas we need to revisit. Sleep is paramount to a healthy perspective and life. Sleep is affected by so many things, and there is, fortunately, a plethora of resources for how to improve your sleep. I will list some resources below. I learned the notion of the art of the smart start from Guy Kawasaki many years ago. How we begin sets the pace for what's to come. Therefore, your first minutes and hour of each day matter a lot. Feed it the right way. After my oral routine that helps my mouth and its microbiome stay healthy, I do 10 minutes of meditation and breathing intentionally. If I'm near the sun, I go outside and focus my eyes on it with gratitude for a new day, knowing that it sets my circadian rhythm. I then drink a glass of water. Hydration is so very important to our health, and it is very often neglected. I start with at least 16 ounces of water first thing to replace the water I lose while sleeping. If you weigh yourself before bed and again after you wake, you will discover how much water evaporates through your skin. By the way, a hack for drinking water is to drink more in the first half of the day and less at night. The speed at which you drink water will also affect your need to go to the bathroom later. So I avoid drinking much after sunset, which helps delay my need to interrupt sleep with bathroom breaks. eating wisely and mindfully. I have written extensively about that in many posts and will share some resources below. In short, I eat only whole foods and foods that my grandmothers would have recognized as food. Generally, no packaged foods and nothing with labels on them. I strive to get plenty of high quality, complete amino acid protein, roughly 120 grams for me and 90 grams for Jessica per day, which is more protein than I previously believed I needed. Protein intake and maintaining lean muscle mass over the age of 50 is an absolute top priority. Complete amino sources of protein in my diet include grass-fed whey powder in my smoothie, organic eggs, wild sardines, and salmon and grass-fed meats. Also, good fats are important for good energy and good brain health. I eat much more omega-3 than omega-6, and I enjoy my meals with people I love whenever I can. And I don't beat myself up when I haven't done my best, which does happen frequently. And I take supplements. I will list below what I typically take. Love intensely. I make sure the people I love the most get my full attention. Without love, life is meaningless. I make sure Jessica is part of every plan I make and is included in both my fears and dreams daily. It's lonely to go on this journey by ourselves, and partnerships require constant communication and rebalancing of priorities. It is well worth it. Some of our kids and the growing number of grandkids obviously is part of that too. Curate my media consumption. A key part of happiness these days is to avoid most mass media. At least if you take what you read literally. So I don't. The media machine is focused on triggering a reaction in you. Anxiety, fear, and anger. So you want more of their toxic garbage. The message is always incomplete and never tells the whole story. And like you, I want to stay informed. But I make sure I consume media that is more balanced, more centered, less angry, more positive, and less judgmental. Move my body. As Peter Attia says in his great new book, Outlive, exercise is our most powerful longevity drug. It is undeniable that exercise helps us feel better in every way. Jessica has helped me think of it more as moving rather than pure heart pumping exercise. This is probably one of the areas I can improve the most. So I'm working on it. But I do something every day. Long walks are great. I prefer walking to driving when I can. I work all my muscles, small and large. I stretch a bit every day. And I get my heart rate up at least once or twice per week. Doing high intensity interval training, or HIITs, is hard and both effective and efficient. I use the 4-4-4 as a good model, which means 4 minutes of all out, like running hard, jumping rope, rowing, etc. Then 4 minutes rest, and you repeat that 4 times. I'm done within 30 minutes, including some light warm-up and cool down. Do my work. Fortunately, I have a job that I've designed, and a job that I love. Like with most people, every day is not fun. But I'm committed. I show up for it. I try to give it my best, particularly on days that are rough. And in every human interaction, I have one guiding, overarching objective. And that is to try to make sure that the people who spend time with me leave that encounter more inspired, more equipped, and more focused to attack the opportunities ahead of them. That's my responsibility, to be a contribution. It helps energize me, and it helps me feel more important. And I take that seriously. It's a duty and a calling. And in no small way does it help me ignore the many other distractions around me. Keep learning. I make sure that I read something new and interesting every day. I scan several books a week, listen to at least 3 to 5 podcasts, read many newsletters and blogs, and stay abreast on world events in a way that is informative and help me gain a broader perspective. Writing this newsletter has been a good catalytic mechanism for precisely that. I have to find things worth sharing, and that has helped me stay motivated to read, listen, and watch more constructive content. So thank you for being part of that motivation. Do what I love the most. It's easy to ignore what matters most when we're caught up in our day-to-day lives and endless to-do lists. To me, laughter and music are really important aspects of being happy. I am lucky to have friends that make me laugh, and we constantly share content that can disrupt any bad feeling. Music has the same place in my soul. I try to pick up an instrument, spend time with my band, or listen to some good music every day. Golf is also something I enjoy, and it has the added benefit of being an activity that hits across many of these dimensions. I move my body, I laugh, and I spend time with friends. Maintain my support system. Lastly, my broader community. We all live in a context. I exist among both family and friends, neighbors and colleagues. I try to make sure I'm aware of their birthdays, events, and important milestones for them. I try to connect with my closer friends as much as I can. I talk to my father every day. That helps me stay grounded in what brought me here. Given the size of my immediate family, this takes a disciplined effort, and I'm well aware that I fall short often. So to those of you that are affected by my occasional distance and unavailability, please know that I am at least aware of it, and I will continue to do my best. I can go on, but that is basically how I answered Michael's question. Below, I have tried to list my favorite resources, hoping that some of you might find them helpful. They are obviously incomplete. If you have ideas to fill in the gaps, please let me know. It could be a powerful list. And I won't read through them here verbally, so please check the newsletter because there are many links to ways to work out, ways to meditate, and great food resources of my favorite companies I buy food from, my favorite places for media consumption that is more tempered and nuanced and more helpful, and also some other goodies. So that's a long list. But again, please let me know if you have ideas to add to it. I always look for great tools and resources. And I can highly recommend Peter Attia's book that just came out called Outlive, because it's a collection of all the greatest ways we can all live a healthier life. So I can't recommend it anymore. So thank you, Michael. I love you. Thank you for being a constant source of inspiration. Thank you for challenging me with that question. And I try to answer it. So hope you all have a great week.